This is the second part of Hamlet. The first part I have taken for you. Now I am telling about the second part of Hamlet. Remember, Hamlet is the character in the tragedy of William Shakespeare named Hamlet. Central theme with Hamlet. Some central themes are there with Hamlet. We will see them. The revenge. He wants to take revenge on his own uncle because we know that his uncle has married his wife and killed his father by snatching the throne. Justice. Justice means, now remember, if his uncle is killed, there will be the justice to his dead father or to his mother. Then his madness. The next theme is his madness because he becomes there mad, because he cannot take any kind of action, because if he kills his uncle, means second father, then his mother Gertrude becomes the widow. And that's why he cannot do that, and that is called he becomes mad. Morality and meaning. Remember, after all, everything happens with morality. Everything happens with God message. And this thing is also there in the head of, in the heart of, in the soul of Hamlet, and that's why he cannot come to the particular point of taking revenge on his own uncle. And meaning of life means, what is the meaning of life? For what he has taken birth, means all these things are there before him, and that's why easily he cannot take the revenge on his uncle. Corruption and deceit. Remember, his uncle has corrupted a lot, and it is the deceit. He has cheated, duped, deceived this Hamlet and Hamlet's father. So this is also one of the themes of this Hamlet. Existentialism and philosophy. Remember, existentialism, because always man comes on this earth for living life. That is called the existentialism. This Hamlet wants to live his life, but there is the question of the existentialism of his own mother and of his own uncle, and that's why he cannot come to the particular point that he should kill his uncle. Then no other character is matched with him in this Hamlet, in this tragedy. There is no other character which will be compared with this Hamlet. That is the greatest masterpiece. And that's why this Hamlet comes into the soliloquy, and in that soliloquy he says that to be or not to be, means his father has been killed by his uncle, and his uncle has married his mother, and he has also snatched his throne, and that is the point which has been very much serious, complicated before him, and that's why he thinks to be or not to be, means I should be, I should live or I should die. That is the question in front of this Hamlet. So to be or not to be is the iconic problem there. It is very main and very I will say purpose giving point there in this tragedy, I will say. Explanation of human's mind. Remember, Shakespeare has created this Hamlet, and through this Hamlet he has given here the explanation of human's mind. Because in the life of the common man also such type of things happen, and that's why William Shakespeare has given here the theme explanation of human's mind: thought, doubt, internal conflict. Because thought, good and bad thoughts come into the mind of the common man also. Doubts, internal conflict, these are the things which come always into the mind of the common man, as they have come here into the mind of Hamlet. Why did Hamlet come to be or not to be? That is the important point. Why has Hamlet decided to die or not to die? Why he has come to this point, we will see now. Remember, this is the situation which has come before him in the Act 3 and Scene 1st. Remember, he is captured by grief. Because of this thing, the particular thing, the scene of his uncle and mother. And that's why he is captured by grief, betrayal, because his uncle has betrayed him, deceived him, duped him. This illusionment, because he was thinking that his uncle is a good person, but his uncle has done this sin, and that's why this is also his disillusionment in action. And because of this thing, because it is his blood and he cannot take the decision, that's why he has become the passive person. He has become the person of inaction. That is also the problem before him. Being emotional, this Hamlet is very much emotional person, and that's why he cannot take the proper decision. That is the thing. Cannot take revenge. He cannot take revenge. Though his father has been killed by his uncle by snatching his throne. Means his uncle has snatched his throne, still he is not coming to the point to kill his uncle, because we saw many faults are there with this Hamlet. Thus he is led to take revenge, and he cannot take that revenge on the proper time. He becomes very late to take that decision. That is the particular thing. Because it is the ghost say his father's death will not be just. Means his father's ghost means Hamlet's ghost has come to him, or he has seen that ghost in his dream. That ghost has said this situation, that his uncle has killed his father and he has married his mother and he has snatched his throne. This is the thing, this is the story made by the ghost. Now this is the ghost, or the ghost is correct or not. If that ghost is correct or not, that is not the guarantee, and that's why he cannot take that proper decision. Because it is the ghost to say his father's death will not be just. He struggles only, means Hamlet struggles only with murder. Means always he thinks of murder, day and night he thinks about that murder. This indecision troubles him mentally, and this indecision means he cannot take that decision properly on the proper time, and that's why this indecision, this passiveness disturbs him too much. That is the point. He is bored of the corruption and meaningless life, because his life has become meaningless, and that's why he is bored. And his uncle has made the corruption, and that's why he has been bored, or he has bored himself, or the situation of boring has come before him. His mother marries because his mother has married his uncle, and the court delays the matter, and the court has also delayed that matter, means the court has not given the justice very urgently, very soon, and that's why this gentleman has come into the boring situation. He comes to live or to die. He comes, means he thinks that he should be alive or he should die. That becomes his condition. That is the reality. He feels suicide is wrong, and because he is, we know that he is the philosophical person, and that's why he thinks that if I commit the suicide, that will be a wrong thing. He feels like this. Why should he kill himself? And what is his fault? Why should he kill himself? He thinks like this. He is packed in the unknown situation, and in this way this Hamlet has been caught in the packed situation, in the complicated situation, and that's why he cannot come to the particular decision to kill his own uncle. He says no one wants to die. He himself thinks that why should he kill himself? Because there is no man on this earth that he wants to kill himself. So why should he kill himself? That is his dilemma. And he comes to the decision of morality, and then he comes to the decision of morality that he will not kill his uncle, and what is going on will be there. He decides like this. He thinks about suicide to meditate on man's sorrows. He thinks about this suicide, and he gives that every man should meditate while he is going to make suicide. That is the point which here this Hamlet has given. And because he says that there will be sorrows in front of the person, so man should not kill himself. That is the message of this Hamlet. There is the fear in his mind, there is the action in his mind, there is the, I will say, meaningless existence, because Hamlet finally says that this life is meaningless for him, because in front of him his uncle has married his mother and has snatched his throne, but he is not doing any kind of thing, and that's why this is the meaningless existence of the Hamlet, he thinks. He dies in Act V, Scene 2nd. Remember, finally he dies in the Act 5th and Scene 2nd. But finally he kills Claudius, means he kills his uncle. Finally, he never spares him. He kills his uncle finally, and he says that means how he kills his uncle. He kills his uncle before collapsing upon the earth, means before he will die, he kills his own uncle. And finally, we will say his final words are, the rest is silence. And finally he says, everything is silence, the rest is silence, that man dies finally and he himself dies. So remember here, we have seen in the two parts. At first I have told you about the first part of Hamlet, to be or not to be. Now I told you about the second part, to be or not to be, regarding this Hamlet. Okay, so how you felt, how you experienced these two parts of Hamlet, please tell me in the comment box and share this with your friends. With this I stop here. Thank you very much.